Whale, hello there, welcome back to the Whale channel. My name is Dee and it's been a while and I apologise in advance, but this is a fun video, so we are positive vibes only, but I'm going to show you how I made these, which if you don't know, if you're thinking they look a bit familiar, that's because they're supposed to look like these. Overpriced ears, not overpriced. I would much prefer to spend, I think these took me on an average a couple of days, but that's because I let everything dry and then sat and blah blah blah. You'll see. The vibes there from afar. You couldn't tell me they're not 750. So we're gonna go make them. I'm gonna throw you over to VoiceOver Dee and she's gonna explain how she made them. So see you in a bit.
It's VoiceOver Dee. Alright, we're just gonna get our cardboard to get our Mickey shape ready for the headband. All I normally do is get a really big mug. This is the biggest mug I have. Is Disneyland themed, woo woo. So I'm just going to circle around that and cut it out. Really nice easy steps to start with. You're going to want to make 2 of these magically, and then you're going to grab your hairband and kind of position it so you have as big an ear you want, a small ear you want, kind of mess around with it and see what suits yourself and your aesthetic best. Once you're happy with the placement, I like to mark on the inside, so then I can chop it off and that will be our ear template. So once you're happy with your template, we're going to get our fabric. So because this is supposed to be the 50th anniversary super spicy ears, I went for this beautiful gold fabric. I got it from Amazon. It's actually a sequined runner. I think most people use this when making your ears, but you're just going to fold it over twice. And then again, so you want basically 4 little squares of fabric for each ear. And then I got Fiero to come in. So this, just enjoy my cat getting in the way as I craft because he's precious. This is me trying to not chop off his tail because he is big brain and he likes sitting where he shouldn't sit. But yeah, the thing about this fabric is you will have a lot of sequins falling off. It's kind of sheer, so that's why you really have to layer it. So in order to layer, you want to have 2 facing towards you, glitter side up, as I like to refer, and then 2 glitter sides down, because once we have the sewn, we'll be flipping it inside out. So we just need to get our ear template. I like to kind of mark around where my ear should be. This is going to be our sewing line. And some people cut around this now. I prefer to actually sew it straight. I also marked the ends of the ears so I knew where to stop sewing. So I'm just going to pin everything together to make sure that it stays as close and as kind of, me. And then I'm going to sew this. So this is ideally sew it in a black or a gold thread. I only had black on me, which I ran out of really quickly. As always with my crafting videos, I sew majority off screen, but it's a teensy bit better than it used to be. At least you can somewhat see it. So once you're happy and everything is sewn, don't worry if it's a bit messy. No one's going to see this. I just cut around the outside. Leave a little bit of space just so if in case any of the thread comes loose, you can still have some fabric, and just flip it inside out. Kind of fight with it a bit to make sure that it's nice and svelte and smooth. And then we're going to do it again. So once you have your 2 ears, happy days, we are then going to get some foam to fill it. So don't worry, this is just random craft foam like you'd find in a stationery bit. You're going to get your template again and cut out 4. I ended up cutting out 4. So initially, I thought I'd just have 1 of these for each ears, but it wasn't as structured as I wanted to. So you cut it out and just place it inside by just kind of squeezing it up. Again, you're going to want to fight with it. It's a bit too snug. I'd say probably my foams were a bit too fat, but hey ho, this is when I realized I wanted it a bit more structured, so I put in the second one. So once you have it nice and smooth, you're going to run over and add your bit of stuffing. So make sure you don't overstuff your ears. I made this mistake when I first started making ears, that they became too top heavy. You just want a little bit of poof, a little bit of snuggy snug, so it looks a bit more cuddly and a bit more ear shaped. If it's too fat, it'll fall over and it won't stay on your head. Once you're all happy with how that looks, you're just going to sew up the bottom. I just did it as a really simple stitch, just kind of over the top and under. I'm sure it has a name. I do not know the name. I had run out of black thread at this point, so I just used white. If you have gold, even better. Really, you should match the fabric, but I'm a rebel, so whatever. So take your time with this because this can show up. Once you're ready, you should have 2 ears that look kind of like this. Don't worry if they're not perfect. They're made with love, not for money. I'm just going to place these on to make sure I'm happy with how they look. And then I'm going to start worrying about the headband. So I'm just going to cover this in the same fabric I'm going to make the bow with, which is like this really nice velvet. I'm going to do this with my hot glue gun off camera because I lost my proper one, but I'm just basically gonna run the hot glue along the edge of the headband, pop on the fabric, and that's gonna be that. And once it's done, it should look something like this. I just popped a ribbon on the inside, which is that blue, just so it seemed a little bit more smooth. Now we're gonna go on the bow. So we're gonna use the same fabric that I used for the headband. Just chop off a little square, and then this is how I make ears. I play around with them a lot by doing different shapes. I basically fold in each side and then fold it again into a little package, if you can kind of see how I did there. Once you're happy with it, just get a small strip of the fabric, tie it around the middle, and then play around and get it as perfect as you want. So after several attempts, I ended up with this bow. It's still a bit big, but I quite like a big bow. Now that we've crafted all of our items to go into the ear, we're just going to basically put them all together. So I sewed my ears onto the headband. This I definitely did off screen because, oh my god, this was so annoying and so hard. I basically just did very small stitches along the side, front and back. I basically pulled the gold bit down and sewed it into the black of the headband. But once you're done, you should have a nice basic gold pairs like this. If you want, you can totally just stop here and have pretty gold ears with a velvet bow. But we're not going to do that. We're going to bejewel the bejeebas out of these. So these are a mix of gems that I got from a craft store and Amazon. And then I also have small golden gems, which are technically for nails, but it worked. And E6000 glue. This is definitely the best glue to use for jewels. I've tried loads of others. None of them stick as well. So when I started jeweling these, I was trying to do it nice, delicately, and just glue the back of the gem and then pop it on. It does not work. So I basically ended up doing huge sections of glue and just throwing gems randomly on. To be honest, I wish I kind of put more thought into my placement of my gems rather than it being quite scattered, because there are some points that I feel like I could have gotten more of the bigger gems in. There's a lot of small golden gems. I do catch the light, but I feel like I could have made it a bit prettier and a bit more professional. It is super, super relaxing to bejewel ears though, I must say. And that's it. They are what the ears look. So I did bejewel the front and the back because these are knockoff of those beautiful 750 50th anniversary ears. And yeah.
So that is how these were made. I did mess around with them a bit more after I stopped filming, just because I'm gonna blame my Virgo-ness and I wanted it to be perfect. I'm not 100% happy with them, but as I said earlier, they look like they're 750, so it'll do. If you do have a crack of these yourself, please let us know over on our Instagram, which is @whale_pod_. Tag us in your ears that you've made. Aoife's made very similar ones, which I will bully her into posting on the story, so make sure you check us out over there. If you want more fun Disney videos, vlogs, we do have stuff planned, but we cannot give you the information until closer to the time. But trust me, I would highly suggest to subscribe. Between me and you, it'll be worth it. We probably will be very infrequent with our uploads for the next while. If you follow us over on Instagram, not telling you should, but it's helpful, you'll know why. But if you like the vibe, if you like the chill, come follow us on social media, subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like it. Let me know your favorite Disney ride. I don't know. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute and I'm totally out of practice. But thank you so much for watching and we will see you on the other side. Bye.